In a learning organization, how do you go about finding, identifying, and hiring the right people?
Yes. It helps to hire great learners, all right? So who's a great learner? Is it somebody that makes great grades? No, not necessarily. All that really means in our society is that somebody's figured out how to play the game to give the teacher back what the teacher's looking for on the test. Oh. They may not be a good critical thinker. They may not be an innovative thinker. They may not be open-minded, all right?
So
they may not have humility, okay? In fact, they may be smarty pants, entitled, arrogant, think they know it all people. And those are not good learners, all right? So, there's lots of tests that are out there. What you're looking for is, I believe, somebody that's intrinsically motivated, not extrinsically. Somebody that learns because they want to master content and they love learning. They're not learning for more pay, perks, power, prestige, external, okay?
Right.
So intrinsic motivation. And you can, you know, one, behavioral interviewing, but also there's lots of psychological tests you can give. Two, it helps to have self-efficacy, if you will. And by that I mean, I believe I can, but also I've failed. And I've learned that I can bounce back from failure. So somebody, you know, what's the biggest mistake you've made and how you handled it? Again, interviewing. Looking for people that have gone through adversity. Looking for people that have had to be very persistent to get to where they're going, all right, is helpful. Carol Dweck's done great work at Stanford University on growth mindset versus fixed mindset. You're looking for somebody with a growth mindset, and she's got basically diagnostics you can take. Emotional intelligence, okay? Emotional intelligence is very important. Being aware of your emotions, learning how to manage your emotions, learning how to create positive emotions in yourself, because that increases your learning. So if you are in a funk, how to get out of the funk, okay? And how to sense emotions in others, how we're having a conversation. Am I picking up, is she listening? Have I offended her? Am I anything here that how do I sensitize myself not only to my emotions, but to other people's emotions so I can change and to try to be more effective, or we can have a conversation about what's going on here. Because the research shows less than 10% of the impact of a conversation is the words. Less than 10%.
Interesting.
It's body language, and it's the transmission consciously and subconsciously of emotions. Am I relating? Does somebody feel comfortable? Is it a trusting situation, or does somebody feel like I'm doing something for my benefit instead of our benefit, okay? So you can take emotional intelligence test, all right? And it's some very good work. The emotional intelligence concept was developed at Yale University, and they have a whole center on emotional intelligence, and they've got a test that's the most scientific based test. So you can give people tests. So how do you find the right people? You look for the right things, you do lots of interviewing, okay? Hire slow, okay? Multiple people interviewing, all right? So people in your organization who are good learners, have them interview because they know what to look for. Lots of testing and discussion about that, because you're looking for trends. So look for people that love learning, but more importantly, have bounced back from failure and have worked through adversity, because they have resilience or grit and persistence. And if people have failed, it tends to make them a little more humble. They're no longer bulletproof.
Sounds like you have to be very intentional.
You're exactly right. You have to define for you in your business what type of learning and what learning means, and then recruit for that and figure and learn what behaviors evidence that, and how do you interview for that, and how do you measure for that during testing.